Have you ever seen a scarecrow turn its head to watch you walk away? You don't forget something like that. Lucas Vermeer returned to the Belgian village of Overstan after 20 years. He had left as a boy after the tragic death of his parents and swore he'd never go back. But now, with Uncle John dead, the old farm was his. The house with its faded shutters, creaky porch, and the oat field stretching all the way to the forest. The place still smelled of the past, mold, rot, and old tears. Lucas didn't sleep that first night. The wind howled outside the windows, like someone whispering in a language no one spoke anymore. And just before dawn, he saw it, the scarecrow, standing in the middle of the oat field, nailed to a cross-shaped post, dressed in a faded coat, with a burlap sack for a face and black glass eyes. Lucas was sure it hadn't been there the day before. Uncle Gene had never said where the scarecrow came from. It had always been there, even when Lucas was a child. He had feared it then with every fiber of his being. Said it breathed. Once he even swore it had walked right up to his window and tilted its head to look inside. Everyone laughed, so Lucas stopped talking about it. But now, after all these years, that same childhood fear clawed back into his chest, sticky, primal. On the second day, he found Uncle John's old journal in the basement. It came again last night. I heard the wood creak outside my bedroom window. I prayed it would just leave. It always comes back. It never stays gone. The buried field. Don't touch it. The ground is dead, but it wakes if disturbed. Lucas didn't know what the buried field meant. All the land behind the house looked the same. Still, on the third day, he went to look. He walked past the oat field to the old corn shed, behind which was a forgotten patch. Thorny bushes, moss, broken boards. As he stepped onto it, the air turned thick, like the weather itself had curdled. The soil beneath his boots was blacker than anywhere else. Heavy, damp. He felt something move beneath his skin, and then he heard a voice, a whisper. You came back. He spun around, nothing. But when he looked back toward the field, the scarecrow was gone. That night he couldn't sleep. He locked all the windows, bolted the doors, left the hallway light on. At 3:11 a.m., the first creak came. Wood, fabric scraping, like something dragging itself across the floor. Then a second one. He got out of bed slowly, gripping a knife. When he opened the bedroom door, he saw it. The scarecrow stood at the end of the hallway, its head tilted, one glassy eye staring straight at him. Lucas slammed the door shut and pressed himself against it. Silence. And then, a voice, not human, more like something squeezed from the earth itself. Your blood woke me, just like theirs. Lucas remembered. His mother, his father, they died here. Everyone said it was a gas leak, but there were oddities. The night before it happened, he remembered hearing his father arguing with Uncle John about some ritual, about the old soil. We won't feed that field. It's cursed, his father shouted. It demands or it comes for us, like it came for grandfather. At dawn, Lucas ran. He threw on a coat and slipped out the back door. The field was empty. The scarecrow was nowhere to be seen. He walked fast, refusing to look back, until he heard a crack behind him. He turned. The scarecrow was following him. Not walking, moving in jerky, unnatural spasms like a puppet on frayed strings. Every step came with a wooden snap, and then he realized it wasn't just a scarecrow. It was a shell stuffed with something. Lucas ran. He didn't remember reaching the graveyard, but that's where he ended up. On the edge of the village, he found Uncle Gene's grave. The cracked stone read, "Guard the soil, or it will guard you." Lucas fell to his knees. What do you want? He screamed. What do you need? Again, a voice from nowhere. Them, blood, sacrifice, return what was taken from the land. On the fourth day, Lucas went to the village archives. He dug through dusty records and found it. In 1693, there had been a mass witch execution on the site of the farm. Men, women, even children. The villagers had accused them of dark rites, burned them, buried them alive in defiled earth. One of the accused was Elise van Drosten. I'll return, through blood, through root, through family. A curse. On the fifth day, Lucas burned the scarecrow, smashed its glass eyes, ripped off its coat, tore it to shreds. He thought it was over. But when he returned to the house, he found a message scrawled on the bedroom wall. "You are the root. As long as you live, the land will breathe." That night, beneath his bed, he heard breathing. The last entry in his journal reads, "I can't leave. She won't let me. Every night I hear someone digging under the floorboards. I feel hands reaching from the soil." The scarecrow isn't the killer, it's the collector. I thought I inherited the farm, but the farm inherited me. If you ever find yourself in Overschurston, don't walk into the field. If you see the scarecrow, don't look it in the eye. And if it starts to move, run. But remember, you only get to run once. After that, the earth remembers you.